And I guess you know half of my kids. Got Danielle and Walter. Happy birthday, Walter. And you know little Joseph. Okay, so I've got 30 minutes? No, 5 minutes to tell you what it's like to be dying through a mouthful of marbles. I've been through the mill for the last 12 months. That's what all this operation is. And around Christmas time, I was diagnosed with terminal cancer. So my current situation is that I'm on minimal pain relief, but I'm doing pretty well. I was going to tell you about the 11-hour operation and all of the subsequent radiotherapy, but I really don't have time. I'm going to talk about all stuff. But needless to say, my face is a bit messed up, more than usual. And I've been keeping an online journal. That's at ninjaofborg.com. So you can have a look at all the details, but that kept me looking for funny things to write about. Let me start with a blokey question, right? It's nice and blunt. How can you have Jesus in your heart and cancer popping up everywhere else? It makes you question everything, Does God exist? Does he care? Or is that just me? I'm generally pretty upbeat, but I've had moments, moments when I've been hit with massive realisation that everything I've ever known is going to come crashing down. I'm going to be surrounded by grief and sorrow. But I get overwhelmed with apprehension at those times, and partly fueled by doubt. Doubt in the hereafter and doubt in God's promises. But you know what? Doubt is okay. Doubt's part of the human condition. It's the reason why God invented faith. Alright? It's not where you live, it's not where you want to live, but it's important to understand that it's something we can work with. And I know that sometimes all that we've got in the tank is hope. But at critical times like this, there's also untold peace. God does not forsake us. Right? But the thing is, he's only really present when we stop walking away. And I've been there. So people often tell me, dude, you're so positive. And it's funny because the normal me suffers from a very slight depression. Very slight. But since I've had my physical features violated and my body's been written off to cancer and my self-esteem's been stripped away and all those precious little insecurities that you keep have all been junked. And suddenly all that's left is really the thing about you that's measured in heaven by God's love for me. Right, yeah, it is awesome. I haven't had a hint of depression the whole time I've had this. It's been seriously the best thing I've ever had. Spiritually and emotionally, I'm overflowing. Physically, I've probably been better. But for a long time, I didn't know what God had planned. Was he going to take me home? Or was he going to give me some miracle healing? Which I'm up for. But whenever I pleaded with God for a rhema word of, something that I could hold on to, I'd always get this, not yet. So, God responds to our desperation. But the catch-22 for me is that God has already given me more than I could possibly believe I was worthy of. And I've got a home in heaven. So here's the thing. It's clearly not about me and what I want. But, I'm like whatever. But what about those around me, my wife and my kids? Who's going to drive the truck when I've gone? I suppose Walter would. But yeah, family is something to get passionate about. And that's where the grief and sorrow is going to be. So that's something to fight for. So guys, I want you to imagine how grateful I must feel for each day. But you know perfectly well that we're all living day to day. I should be worried about you guys. We need to find a way to live a life of gratitude. We need to pray for each other. They're the two big things that have made me that positive dude. God is fully in love with each one of you. So just come as you are. There's no sorrow on earth that heaven can't heal.
you. Pete and I just like to pray for Andy. Okay, he's an absolute gem of an example to us all. And yeah, let's just all be upstanding for Andy, please, at this stage. And
if you'd like to put your hand out as a sign and just pray for Andy also while you're there.